now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
We're going to make this straight to the point because we're going to get back to that. That right there is way more important, mandatory that we get that work in the first thing in the morning, no matter what day it is, holiday, we're going to get that in first. But let's get straight to this, man. I seen some content yesterday that said Rick Rock had to get paid to run the content that I ran yesterday. First and foremost, can't nobody pay me to run anything. That's crazy to even talk about. But I did get a text message saying the same thing from an individual. Then I look online, which probably was 30, 40 minutes later, and then that same title was in somebody else's description. I get it, I understand, I know how this goes. I'm old enough to, and been around a long time ago, to know exactly how a lot of this stuff works. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I understand and I realize we ain't got no friends in this game. Ain't nobody your friends, ain't nobody your partners, ain't nobody your homies in this game. And once y'all realize that and understand that, then you're gonna get a long way just based off of that right there, your knowledge of that. Now check this out. I don't wanna say nobody names because it ain't really that important to say nobody names, but I'm gonna say this. It's a lot of dudes, not just one in particular, that I definitely showed a whole bunch of respect to, a whole bunch of love to when other people was down in some of y'all, calling y'all all type of names, talking about y'all real bad. I'm the only one out of a lot of people that kept it solid and stayed cool with a lot of you cats for the simple fact, the simple reason, a lot of y'all street politics, a lot of stuff that y'all got going on doesn't pertain to me. That pertains wherever you come from, your people, and I'll leave it at that. And this one particular person, it was a situation that occurred, and I'm the one who said, listen, homie, don't go over there because if they get the best of you and just so happen to put it on camera and release it to the public, it's gonna mess you up. Don't do it, man. I'd rather be called names and all that to go in a situation where I can't win at. That's just point blank common sense, right? But since that happened, do I agree with the actions that was put on the internet? I don't think nobody that's involved with street politics is something that happened in these guys' neighborhoods should be online. That's just how I think, that's just me, right? So when I seen this content yesterday, I already knew that it could be coming straight from this individual, but I still feel like an outside source might have, ignited it a little bit, which is cool. I understand, like I said in the beginning of the video, how this stuff goes. Now to that individual, you have the right to feel the way that you feel. You have a right to speak on anything you want to speak on your platform, just like the next person. Ain't no hidden agendas. If I see something in the algorithm that's doing something, then I'm gonna add my 2 cents in because I'm on this YouTube running content just like you running content. But just like I know this person and I know this person, I can speak good about you and I can speak good about this person because I don't have a negative relationship with neither one of y'all. I don't have a negative relationship with this person. I don't have a negative relationship with you. Whatever this person do in his neighborhood or whatever he do, that's between him and his people. Whatever you do, that's between you and your people. I don't think that a lot of this street stuff, it's a lot of street stuff, a lot of information that's put on these databases that none of us can go back and edit, none of us own. But a lot of us get so in our feelings and get so emotional, and we talk to this internet and we talking to people that we don't know. It's thousands of people that watch this stuff. We don't know none of these people, but we feel the need to give these people all our personal insight of our life and stuff that we're going through other than content, which is not cool. Men used to sit down and have a conversation with another man. Man, if we got a problem, we could sit down like men, talk it out, or we could go to the backyard. But as grown as we are at this age, the best thing to do is let me get on the line and get in contact with a person, or let me go over there and pull up and holler at a person. Now stuff is being put on the internet that really don't involve nobody but y'all. Now, I agree. The video that was put on the internet with the fade that you took on the internet, I agree that shouldn't have been put on the internet. Not just with you. When I seen the Crip Mac situation, when he was going through it with his homies and he had his little issue in the alley and it was blasted on the internet, none of that should be put on the internet whatsoever. That right there is not street shit at all. But the streets is coming to the internet, and then you got certain dudes in the background that's moving the pawns and playing a chess game on this internet, and it's not cool because it's gonna get somebody hurt. And then what's gonna happen is everybody else gonna be sitting back laughing, ha 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 ha, because a lot of y'all is being played for a tool, a game. All for what? Content. So they could go back and run it and make what? Money, because everything is monetized. If it wasn't no money involved with none of this YouTube stuff, none of these people would be on the internet. A lot of these people on this internet is on here. Majority of the people is on here that you see on YouTube is on here to try to make $1. When really a lot of people need to go get jobs because they don't have no talent whatsoever to even be on here, and it's not going nowhere. Nobody is fit to put $1 million, $2 million, $100 million check in nobody's hand that sits up here all day, and all they could talk about is the game culture. Where's your talent at? That's why it's on YouTube. It's not in the theater. This stuff is not on no big old, they not sitting down like Joe Rogan or Joe Button over there with a big platform, guys who done came from this industry from years and put in the work, and they feel the need, investors feel the need. Let's put a check in Gilly's hand. Let's put a check in Wallow's hand. Gilly done already been in the industry. He's tied to certain people that already been, he's an entertainer. He's exciting, he's fun, he's not bringing drama to the internet. A lot of y'all bringing too much personal and drama. Nobody's fit to put a check in a lot of y'all hands because they feel like this dude might crash out. This dude is not liked so much. Somebody might hurt this dude and mess our bread up. We can't put money into you LA cats street hands. Ever since Nipsey Hussle got assassinated out here, nobody is looking at nobody on the West Coast unless you spectacular and doing something that's worthy of being invested in. A lot of dudes out here don't have no money, portray that they got a lot of money on this internet and really don't have no money, because a boss, a player with some real live money is not going to sit on this internet every single day. They have business meetings and business moves and stuff to do that pertains a bigger check than a YouTube check. So when somebody say Rick Rock must have got paid, Rick Rock ain't got paid, because if Rick Rock got paid, Rick Rock, what you wouldn't see me on this internet, YouTube, you'll see me behind the scenes directing movies and doing something that I work very hard behind the scenes that don't nobody know about. See, the LA content creators, they find a need to try to bring another brother down, right? They find something and say, you know what, we're going to bring this brother down. Pure jealousy, pure hate. Anybody that gets on the internet and talk about a certain particular person every single day, all day, say something about your mental. A lot of y'all need counseling. Need to go sit down with a counselor and deal with your emotions and your feelings. You shouldn't be on the internet expressing your emotions and your feelings. And this is not to downplay anybody. We done all done it. Me, myself, personally, have got on the internet and went crazy on dudes and said a whole lot of stuff that I shouldn't have had no business saying, because I didn't understand this content space at first. Now that I understand it, now that I see what's going on, a lot of this stuff I don't even speak on no more. I see it, but I understand, okay, what is your purpose? What is you here for? Is you here to prove that you just this gangster ass nigga? Or is you here to make this content, do these little reaction videos, laugh and joke at this stuff, get your little bread and invest it in something? A lot of y'all not even investing the little money that they giving y'all. A lot of y'all taking this money and using it on drugs. A lot of y'all taking this money. Everybody got their own habits. They spend it on females, whatever they spend it on. Nobody is invested. You can look at their channels and tell that a lot of these dudes on here is not even pouring money back into what's making them money whatsoever. A lot of these dudes, man, you got to really pay attention to what you're dealing with. Some of these people is not even worth responding back to. But to that one individual that feels some type of way because Rick Rock have a personal relationship with this person, it don't matter if I never did content on this person or not, because you did it. If you speaking on it and I do a video, in some way this AI stuff work, I haven't figured out how the AI stuff work. Once it hear these names and it register, it start coming in my feed, on my YouTube channel. And once I seen this individual, I said, you know what? Let me tie this into what's already calculating and doing numbers on the internet, make some good content, something positive about the person I know. They say he's a bully. Well, everybody that's in the gang, in the gang, most of the gang members are bullies. Most of the gang bangers that I know do gangster shit. Wouldn't have a gang member, a gang banger, or somebody just so nice and just, you do have those type of people, but the majority was taught fucked up. A lot of them was taught these ways and taught these rules that you had to be a certain type of way to be a certain type of G. When really, when you get older, see, you got a lot of y'all that's still young. A lot of y'all still in your 30s, and nothing wrong with that. You have a lot of mature men that's in their 30s, but you have a lot of them that still have arrested development. Once you get to a certain age and a certain level and point in your life, you understand that a lot of this stuff that we used to look up to and look at really don't mean nothing. The good stuff is the good content. Name me a lot of these dudes that you see out with their kids doing stuff, Disneyland, buying stuff with their kids. You don't see a lot of this stuff. You know why? Because a lot of these people are invested in the wrong shit. Grown men, real men, is not sitting up here every single day glorifying the bullshit. Now, it's cool to make jokes and have fun about a lot of this stuff, and that's cool. But all this other shit, man, a lot of dudes gotta really grow up, man. Stop letting dudes, other dudes, grown men, get in y'all head and feed y'all this bullshit and make y'all feel like, oh, I gotta respond to this. No, you don't. You don't have to respond to a lot of this stuff. It's a lot of stuff that I see on the internet that I don't even react to because I feel like, man, that ain't content. That shouldn't be on a database on a hard drive that I don't own. None of us own YouTube. It's a white guy, somebody white. We know it ain't no brother that own it. And definitely everything that we seeing, everything on this database, on these hard drives, you cannot go back and erase because somebody else did a reaction, a remake to it. You don't own it. A lot of y'all have gotten so used to being in front of a camera and a microphone, your mouths have turned to motors to where you just say anything and talk and not even knowing the position that you putting yourself in the moment you get caught up. It's a whole lot of stuff that I could really talk about and really say and really go in, but this is not the place for it. If anybody that feel like they want to have a conversation, I'm more than open and more than willing to pull up on any one of y'all. It don't matter who it is, any one of y'all, and have a conversation. I'm not a coward that would sit in front of my microphone, in front of my camera, and say all this crazy stuff about any person on here and don't have the same nuts and same balls and the same courage to pull up on that dude and have a conversation like a man, because that's what men's supposed to do. Men aren't supposed to sit on this internet all day and call each other out their names, knowing that you are not going to meet this person face to face and have a conversation. And I see this all through social media, not just one person. I see dudes on here call people bitches, busters, hoes, snitches, all type of shit. And I want to see you guys. I have not yet seen one person on this internet sit right face to face with anybody and tell them this to their face. Not one in YouTube history. Only thing I seen was a dude in Las Vegas. The dude that had, and it goes that far. The dude in Vegas got into it with another YouTuber, and the dude unalived him and his wife or his girlfriend for playing on the internet. Is that the right thing to do? No, when y'all can sit down like men and man, what's the real problem? Because this ain't content no more. It seems like you personal assassinate my character online. For what? Views that you ain't really doing. You ain't getting them. Your view, some of y'all views is horrible. Ain't doing nothing. 40, 50, 60,000 views is no money when you got dudes on here getting 1 million views. You got the Kai Sinats on here making millions, and they not talking about no gangster shit at all. Our lifestyles is intriguing, but it ain't that intriguing to where they letting the real members make no money off of it. Don't think it ain't rigged up. But anyway, I'm not fit to sit here. I got to get back to my workout. I thought I'd just bring that to y'all attention. In respect to all y'all, to this person and that person. Maybe one day y'all can sit down like men and clear it up, because it really ain't about nothing. If you're not ready to lose your life behind it and go sit in a jail cell for the rest of your life, leave it alone. Because somebody might take you serious enough to end your life, all because of what? Getting on this social media, feeling like you have something to prove to a crowd of people that don't even know you, or you don't even know them. And I've been down with a lot of y'all since day one, regardless of what other people said about y'all. They done said some of the most craziest stuff about every single one of y'all. And I still, you know what? Man, I ain't got no problem with them. That ain't even my business to get too invested in that, because if any of this stuff is true about any of y'all, it's only so long you can run before the streets handle their business and clean up the streets. The streets will handle its own. You ain't got to do nothing. The streets will clean you up and get you out the way. That's just how the streets work. You cannot run forever. This is anybody that's on the internet talking crazy about somebody. If it's true what these people are saying about you, the streets will get you out of here. It ain't got a whole lot of people out here, but it's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, and I definitely got to go get it in. Catch y'all on the next one.